Hi guys, what is up and welcome to this week's video. Now as you guys know, I've listened to Queen and Freddie's music pretty much every single day of my life so far. I know that's nothing surprising. However, a few days ago I started listening to the new Freddie Mercury Time Waits for No One, and for some reason I just started getting upset and crying, and this was also the same sort of emotion that I felt after I looked over all of my Montreux footage. And it's bizarre because I always listen to Queen's music, so it was nothing new to me. So it really surprised me as to why I was crying. Now recently Brian May did an article on John Lennon, and he explained how John Lennon really inspired him and how the Beatles' music really inspired him to start a band and start writing music. And that really got me thinking, because it really got me thinking about all the times that Queen and Freddie and Brian and Roger and John have all inspired me in my life, and how they really did also change my life. Now I have to admit, growing up in the 90s and the noughties listening to Queen and having Queen as my favourite band after Freddie had passed away was quite difficult for me. I wasn't your normal typical girl who was growing up in the noughties and the 90s. A lot of girls who I was around liked a lot of Disney princesses and liked listening to Girls Aloud on the Spice Girls, which, don't get me wrong, I think I was also like that as a child, but I would much prefer watching a man who is long gone by this point and a band that wasn't really around anymore, and because of that I was very much an outsider from the word go. At school talent shows, when girls my age would be doing S Club 7, Steps, Bewitched, Girls Aloud, Atomic Kitten, I would instead draw a moustache onto my face and sing and perform like Freddie Mercury. But also, compliments to my primary school, no one in my primary school tried to change that. At primary school, I felt like I could be very much myself, and my teachers and my friends at the time, some of which who are still friends with me now to this day, just accepted the fact that I loved this band. And you know, this isn't going to be a sob story about how I was bullied from day one or whatever. Of course I had friends, you know, of course I liked the colour pink, of course I liked listening to Spice Girls now and then, of course I liked watching Disney and being obsessed with Disney, but I was myself. You know, I had all of these passions in life and I just acted like myself. That is until secondary school came along, or high school as some of you guys might call it as well. High school / secondary school for me was extremely difficult, because if you're an outsider, people don't like other people being different. People don't like you being a little bit quirky or a little bit weird or a little bit crazy. They just see that as bizarre behaviour, and a lot of the time bullies wanted to change that out of me. And because Queen was my main interest, my main passion, my favourite thing on planet Earth, they started taking that as a target. You know, they would start saying to me, Queen's a gay band because their lead singer was gay and therefore you're gay, which, you know, being honest with you guys, I'm not gay, I'm fully straight. Hearing that when you're a teenager, trying to make friends, trying to establish what you're trying to do in life, was really not what I wanted to hear around that time. I was just being me. I was just trying to be me. You know, I didn't want to be like these girls, plastic and fake and full of makeup, and they were in their own little gang, and I just didn't get that. I didn't understand it. I would be seen sporting a Queen t-shirt when it was non-uniform day and they would insult that. Projects that I would have at school, sometimes I would choose to do Queen projects because I loved Freddie's story and I thought that that could inspire people more, whereas these bullies targeted that and made me almost hate school, because the thing that I was most passionate about was really not well received with other people. It affected my schoolwork because the thing that I was passionate about, I felt like I couldn't be really intrigued with it. And if I could give young Sally one piece of advice, and some of you might find it cheesy, and some of you may think that I'm crazy by thinking this, but I often think to myself, what would Freddie do? And he'd say, F 'em. You know, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you say, it's still not going to change my opinion. He was very matter of fact about that. He was like, you know, if you're enjoying it, and if you're doing what you love doing, then F them. Who cares what other people think? The more I told myself that, and the more I became more quiet, because I was so much of an outsider, that I was seen as a weirdo and a freak and whatever word under the sun they could think up of me. I literally felt ridiculously alone. You know, yes, I still have friends, but they were in different groups and they were separate to me. And then in that moment, I put on The Show Must Go On, and then it really dawned on me on the lyrics of that song. Freddie, at that time, he was going through the lows of the lows, but that song really reflects a lot to me nowadays, because even though he felt the lowest he could possibly feel, he still did what he loved and he loved doing with his friends until he couldn't do it anymore. And it's odd to say it now because that moment was a really big light bulb moment for me in that point in my life, really, and it gave me the motivation to keep on trying to be me. I would be in the corridor, people would be shouting insults at me, and when I felt that moment of hurt or emotion or sadness, I would always just put Queen on and instantly those feelings would go away. And in this time, drumming really helped as well. Drumming to Queen specifically really helped. If I had a really bad day whereby people were being horrible to me or isolating me, I just went up to my music teacher after school and said, "Is the drum room free?" I would go into that room with my headphones, with Queen on my iPod, and I would just drum for an hour. It massively helped me to just relax and get all this frustration out. I'm really happy that I took up drumming at that age. That is something that helps me now, even to this day, as a 26-year-old, that I will forever use. And this isn't me saying that it's dead easy and the next day everything went away, because it didn't. The bullying still happened, and my advice to anybody out there now who is currently being bullied, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter where you are on planet Earth at the moment, do what you need to do to make this therapeutic for you. If you have a passion and someone wants to change that, don't let them do it, because it's much better for me now as an adult looking back and thinking, why did those bullies say that stuff to me? You know, why was I so wound up about not being invited to the cinema with a bunch of friends who really weren't my friends, whereby in 5 years' time I'm not going to speak to either bully or friend? The thing that has constantly stuck throughout my whole life, since the age of 2 when I first ever saw Queen, till now, this very day when I'm recording this vlog to you guys, I am still a Queen fan. The thing that has been consistent in my whole life is Queen. And I know to some people, to some of my family, to even some of my friends now to this day, that is a weird concept to them. They don't understand why I love Queen so much. The fact that I can drum on YouTube to all of you guys, the fact that I can make videos about my favourite band ever on planet Earth and receive awesome feedback for it, for showing my passion to something that I love, really makes me feel really proud and really happy. And you know, I saw some comments from a few people saying that they're really happy, you know, I brightened up their day, and that makes me feel happy for you guys, because that's what Queen have done for me. So they have massively changed and transformed my life. They've made me more motivated than ever. They've inspired me to start playing instruments and getting out there and doing what I love. And I'm sorry if it sounds ridiculously cheesy to some people, and I'm sorry if this video is deadly serious. I think, wow, Freddie, Brian, Roger and John have no idea that I even exist, but they have helped me so much in my life. They've made me the person that I am today, and to them now, I am forever grateful to them, really. They generally have changed my life. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this week's video. So sorry it's quite a serious one, but if you did enjoy this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Also, if you are a big Queen fan, do not forget to click that subscribe button. Also, in the comments down below, if there has been something that has inspired you or that has changed your life, it could be anything, then please leave it down in the comments down below, and I can't wait to see all of them. And I shall see you in a video very soon. Bye!